This is the video for chapter 4.3, Swivel Yoke. And keep in mind, all of these videos that I'm doing, there's probably 10 different ways that you can model each one of those, and mine is not the only way, it's just one way. Let's put a sketch here, and what I'm going to do is start at that very right end where you see the 3 inches. I'm going to try to, sometimes I think it's better to model when you have angles. Go ahead and get those angles incorporated as soon as possible. So what I'm going to do is choose line command, come down here anywhere, drop in a 3-inch line, and again I'm going to center that up. And I also have a 1-inch height on each side that goes up. I'll type in 1, enter, go back to the line, line that up, and I'm going to draw the rest of this the way it looks. I know that's 3 inches wide, and I got a radius of a 1/2 inch for that hole, so that's going to be 1 inch, and that will leave 2 at the top, so I know I got a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to just kind of draw that the way it looks for right now. I know that's going to be 0.5. I'm going to come down 1 inch, and there's several ways to do this. I'm just going to show you kind of maybe the easiest way. I'm going to make this 1, enter, come up 1 inch, enter, come back over 0.5, enter, and then close out. And you can see that this is not quite right, but a couple things we can do. We can come down here, from here to the very top is going to be 3 inches. And what else do we know? I can come in here. Do we know any angles? I know at the very top that has to be 2. What else can we do here? Half. We can center that up. You could draw a circle from the center out, and you could say from the center of that circle to this line, it's got to be 1.5, enter. Now I can come back and delete the part of that I don't need. Sorry about that. Enter. Let's cancel that. I'm going to highlight that, right click, and say delete. Now I pretty much have that shape the way I want it. It's 1.5 to the center, 3, and we have 2 inches from that point to that point across. So let's make sure that's 1 inch. Okay, I'm ready to extrude. So I'm going to finish sketch, come over to extrude, choose my shape, and if you look down, it is 8 inches all the way across. So I'm just going to type in 8, enter, and now I have that shape. Well, I'm going to turn it the way it looks in the book, more like something like that. I'm just going to right click my cube and come down and set that as my current view. Hit enter. That way, no matter where I turn it, if I come here and hit the home view, it's going to go back. Now I need to cut some of this out here in the middle. So I'm going to come down and put a sketch on that flat surface, and I'm going to go back here and project geometry of that top part. Click all these, cancel that. I hit it twice. Now I can go get a rectangle, come in here, pick any spot up top, drop it in, and I'll just go back and dimension that. And I have to leave 1 inch on each side. 1 enter. 1 enter. And finish sketch. Go to extrude, cut, choose that, hit OK. Now I got that cut out. I'm going to have to add some more on the side here. So I'll put another sketch here, and I'm going to go ahead and just draw that the way it looks. Come down, something like that. Like that. Dimension from the very top to this flat should be 1.75 enter. And this should be 3 inches because we have a 3-inch diameter boss that's going to go at the bottom. And if this is going to be to the center, 1.5 to there, and 8. So overall I have 8. So this is 3, and the rest has to be 5. So from here to there should be 2.5. Enter. And that straightened it up. Now I'm going to finish sketch, extrude. I'm going to turn this where I can see what's going on. I want to change directions, and I only want to go 3 inches because that is the width. Hit OK. Now we have that. I'm going to turn it to the bottom and sketch on that flat surface. I'm going to get a circle. I'm going to come up here and find my center. Find the center here. Just come all the way out till you get the green dot. Should be 3 if you've done it right. Finish sketch. I'm going to hit home and then tilt it where I can see. Extrude. Choose that circle. And I only want to go down. I don't even think he gives us a dimension, so I'm going to put that at 0.5 as the boss. Hit enter. And there you have it. That is 3.3, and all we have left is to drill one hole, and I'm just going to do it from the bottom. I'm going to put another sketch here, go to circle, use the same center, and type in 1.5, enter, finish sketch. You can turn it, extrude, make sure it's on cut, choose that circle, come here, distance, all, hit OK, hit your home button. And there's no fillets or anything, and that should be it. 1.7, let me just check one other thing. 1.75. All of a sudden I see a 2.5 inch dimension here from the center of hole to center of hole, but that's no problem. I made this a 1/2 inch. Remember, I made that extrusion a 1/2 inch right here, so this will be a little learning exercise here. And now I'm seeing a 2, overall should be 2.5. So I know I have 1.75, and I added a 1/2. So that would only give us 2.25. So I'm going to come back up here to my extrusion there, and I'm going to right click and say edit feature, and I'm going to change this to 0.75. Enter. And we can go back, and it updated, and now we have the correct dimensions. That's the whole great thing about Inventor. Your model tree over here keeps a record of everything you do, and you can go and make changes after the fact, or you can go back and modify things without starting the part over. So that's pretty good thing to look at, and that'll get us through chapter 4.3. And what we're going to do after this, we're going to skip over to chapter 5. So you can look at chapter 5, but we'll go to the back of chapter 5 and start on 5.1 on the next video.